Now some Ratchet and Clank related things. Oh, very cool. Which Ratchet and Clank game has been the most fun to work on? Well, again, every time we go in the studio to do a new Ratchet and Clank game, they get better and better and better. So I would have to say that whichever one was the last one we do is always my favorite one to do and the most fun, because the writing, TJ, our writer, does such a great job, and he creates such great storylines and such. And then the entire staff of everybody in Insomniac, they are creating such an amazing world with Ratchet and Clank that, I wish it was a TV show. I wish we could do it daily. I wish we could do it weekly, like I get to do on some of these other shows. But the writing is that good. It's their film quality writing, and the animation is amazing. And the other actors I get to work with, even though we're not in the room together, I get to hear their performances afterwards, because I do love to play these games, which answers the question that's coming up next. But the first in the series of the Future games, the very first one on the PS3, Ratchet and Clank Future, to me was just an amazing game. And then this last game as well, Crack in Time, just phenomenal stuff. So I can't say which one was the most fun. They're all that much fun, and they're all just a blast to look at and visually stunning. So I love them, and I would say that every time a new one comes out, that becomes my favorite, which kind of answers your next question as well. So I will skip to the next one. In what way is Ratchet similar to you in real life? Wow, that is a great question, and nobody's ever asked me that. So I would have to say that, well, for one, we share the same voice. Pretty much, you're hearing my regular voice here, but Ratchet is, he's just a little bit different, and maybe a little more animated and a little more lively than my voice, but he is pretty much my voice. So that is the great part. That's the one part we share. As far as him, I think, wanting to be a hero and wanting to do the right thing, that certainly is a trait of myself in my life. Kind of a people pleaser. I want to make sure everybody is entertained and having a good time. So I think that's a good portion of it for me, doing Ratchet, and that's certainly something that we share in common. Let's see. How did I get chosen to be Ratchet, and how did I become involved in the series? Well, as many people may know, I was not the very first Ratchet. That was voiced by the great Mikey Kelly, who is a dear friend of mine. And, of course, we were both in the TMNT, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film, not too many years ago there. And he played Mikey, appropriately, Michelangelo, and I was Leonardo. And but he and I have known each other for years and years, and at the time, we were not represented by the same agents when it was recast, when they recast Ratchet. It's a very common thing in the voiceover world, as well as it happens in on-camera as well, for actors to be changed in roles. Iron Man 2, that just recently happened with Don Cheadle coming in and replacing it. But, you see this happen quite often, of course, the James Bond films and such, too. So people get recast for various reasons. I don't know all the reasons why they recast Ratchet, but I know that when I went in to do it, they seemed to like what I did. I met with all of them. I believe my agents had talked to them about me, and they possibly had requested that I come in because they knew my work from other things. And so I went in, met with all the folks at Insomniac, and at their studios we recorded some lines, and they kind of ran me through the paces, and I got to experience Ratchet for the first time there. I had known about the series, or about the first game that had come out. I had known that game. But I didn't even know that it was Mikey that had voiced it at the time, and I didn't know I was replacing a friend. And that's always a tough part, is when you come in and replace. And I've been replaced by friends of mine in projects as well. It happens all the time. It's never an easy thing to have happen. But Mikey and I, he'll give me a bad time about it. I'll give him a bad time about it. And, a little secret here, I believe on one of the games, the second or third one that we did, it was still his voice. They were still using his voice for all of the exertion efforts and the fight sounds and stuff from the first game. And so, so sometimes it was, I guess he'll sneak in there as well still. But let's see. Have you voiced any other characters in any of the games? In any of the other Ratchet and Clank games? Yes, I have. I've been many different voices. I've been the announcer several times in those, and did the, stay tuned for another Secret Agent Clank, and the guy oh gosh, I can't remember his name. It was a German kind of robot that was against Clank in those episodes where it was Secret Agent Clank. Your luck is extraordinary, but do you lose as well as you win, Agent Clank? I was that guy. I've been Also, I did a voice double in one of the games for another actor that, again, was not available anymore because he's an on-camera actor, very busy actor, and I got to double his voice in that. I won't give away which character it was because if I did my job right, you won't even know that it was me and not him. But I did that, as well as there's always some little voices here and there that I'll do in the games. But yeah, I did like the big stadium announcer, "Let's get ready to rumble" kind of voice in one of the games in the past. I don't know if it was Deadlocked or Up Your Arsenal, I think. But in each one of the games, I will do a couple other voices in it. So yeah, there's always some surprises from me in there. But they're always voices that are very far from Ratchet. So they'll usually big announcer voices in a world, those kind of things, rather than anything that would be similar to Ratchet at all. And if you don't mind, would you be able to give us at the Starship Phoenix a shout-out, possibly in character as Ratchet? Well, certainly. Here we go. Hey, this is James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank, and as well as Obi-Wan Kenobi and Master Plo Koon and Fred Flintstone and Johnny Test, as well as many, many others. And you are with the Starship Phoenix. Many, many thanks to all of you folks there, and thanks for the great interview, and I hope you all have a great day. Thanks so much. See ya. Bye-bye.